All right, we are live. We are live and we are ready. Go ahead and get your phone out, baby. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
How dare you? How dare you? I was like, am I on the right page? Okay, yes, I am. Hello. It's TikTok.
I know.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Mexico. Welcome, y'all. Me and my husband, who you can only see his arm right here, but I swear he's in here. We are going to be talking about some of the lessons that we have learned living abroad, especially related to, especially things that are related to like Airbnbs and our living experiences, because I feel like that's been a reoccurring theme for us lately. But we'll also answer as many questions as we can for anybody who has any questions about living abroad, moving abroad, etc. But for starters, welcome. Thank you so much for the hearts. Let's go ahead and start showing some love, getting some hearts on the screen. I appreciate y'all. And again, if you have any questions about living abroad, moving abroad, feel free to drop them in the comments. So, oh, sorry, baby. My husband, who is like trying to duck out of this live, but we ain't gonna let it happen, is no, I'm just playing. So a little bit about me. Me and my husband left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads last year. I can't stand you. February 2024, we left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. And since then, we've traveled to 10 different countries. You're on my personal account. Hey, Jen. That's so funny. I was just texting Jen. Yeah, so we left the U.S. to live abroad last year. Is there anything that you miss about the U.S.? I miss Amazon Prime. That's probably TikTok listens. Touche. Yeah, so we left the U.S. last year too, which I just think is so funny. I just need you to understand how funny this is with Jen. I'm literally messaging Jen right now, and I literally was just like, oh yeah, Jen wants to meet you. And it's like, wow, here he is. Anyway, left the United States last year to live abroad as a digital nomad. And yeah, we've been to 10 different countries since last year. It has been a whirlwind of a ride. Jen says, hi, hubby. Tonight, hello. Not my parents. I'm screaming. The thought of us being anybody's parents is comical. I'm still parenting myself over here. But hello tonight. But yeah, so we left the United States. I'm sorry, y'all. I am so unserious. This is why I'm about to just revert to doing like 90% of my content is about to just be on live, because I've just decided I just could not get put together anymore for the stuff in the feed. I'm this close to just being a live girly all around. Because the people who get it. Y'all feel me? The people who rock with me. Like y'all know what's up. But welcome, y'all. We are in Mexico right now. We left the U.S. February 4th. We got on a one-way flight to Brazil. And thank you for the rose, baby. We got on a one-way flight to Brazil February 4th, 2024. And since then, I bought your workbook last week. Been super helpful. Hey, thank you so much, Janelle. For my move. Oh, you're coming to Merida? I'm looking at me talking about you're coming to Merida. Listen, I'm claiming Merida now. We're in Merida right now, y'all. Oh, Janelle, you will love it. Honestly, it's such a vibe here. Who's new here, by the way? Drop a number 1 in the comments if you're brand new, if you've never been to any of my lives before, baby. It's a lot of body heat. We gotta turn on the fan. You hot. I'm hot.
It's like you the one that's all on me.
Okay, well, you know what? I gotta be all on you. We only got a little bit of room in the camera here, okay? Samir, welcome. Lady B, Jen, you're not new here. My move to Barranquilla is coming up. Is that Colombia or is that Mexico? Barranquilla. I've never been there. Making my way through the bundle I got from you. Super helpful. Y'all so sweet. Thank you so much. By the way, y'all, my move abroad bundle is still in my bio for It's still in my bio, and if you use the promo code abroad2025, you can take an additional 50% off for anybody who is interested in moving abroad. If you don't know where to start, you can grab my Move Abroad bundle at the link in my bio, but don't forget that promo code to take off the additional 50%. Seafood girl, I'm a seafood girly too. Let's get it. Welcome. Litan, I don't know if I said that right. Okay, it is Colombia. Okay, yeah, so I was like, I knew that sounded familiar. Okay, touche, you are new to live. Where are you guys? We are currently in Mexico. So I've started this sentence like 8 different times. So last year we left the US to live abroad as digital nomads. So we started off in Brazil. So last year we went to Brazil, Spain. I gotta keep you in the camera because my introverted husband he'll try to duck out of the camera. No worries. So yeah, so we left the US to live abroad and we went to Brazil, Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, China, Indonesia, Panama, Colombia, everything that ends with apparently. And we are currently in Mexico. So not please keep him in the camera. Baby, you got a little admirer on here, okay? Back off. No, I'm just playing. Wow, all in 1 year. In like 13 months. Yeah, listen, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend visiting that many countries, but I will say like China and Spain were just day trips. So really it was like 8 countries, which is still a lot. So yeah, we thought that we left the US so confident that we were going to do a month at every country. No, sorry. We were going to do a month in like each country that we visited, and Mexico, Carolina. Exactly, Jen. Like we just knew we were going to do a month in each country, and then we learned real quick. We were like, this is too much. Like, it's too much moving around. Like, we've been back to the States twice to visit since we left, and every time we get rid of more stuff. And yeah, we were just like, a month in each country is doing too much. So we did a month in Brazil, we did a month in Vietnam, Indonesia, Bali, we only ended up doing like a 5-day like vacation. And then we went to Thailand. We ended up we started off with like 5 days booked in Bangkok. We ended up doing like 5 weeks in Bangkok. Like we left Japan. Sorry, we left Thailand. You said what?
I said it was definitely necessary.
Yeah, it was necessary for sure. Like Thailand, I can never get enough of that country, like just ever. But yeah, so we left Thailand. We ended up going to Japan and China, and we could have like done another country, but we were like, oh, let's go back to Thailand. So we ended up being in Thailand for like 9 weeks. I'm ready to move out of the US. I feel it. Listen. If y'all need some help, grab the bundle at the link in my bio. And of course, whatever questions you have, ask me here. If I don't know, I'm gonna just tell you I don't know, because I don't know everything. But I will tell you what I do know. Any Middle East countries. This past year, no. I have been to the Middle East. Dawn, thank you so much. I've been to the Middle East. I've been to Egypt, which is funny because I didn't even know Egypt was considered the Middle East. See, American citizens, this is why we gotta travel, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna be very honest with you. Like my geography has been just like terrible. I mean, it's so much better now that I travel, but yeah, back in the day, terrible. But yeah, I've been to Egypt, but that's the only place I've been in the Middle East so far. I am going to Dubai in November, and then there was something else. I would love to go to Saudi Arabia, but it's like, I don't know when it's going to happen. Let me put it out there. I don't know when it's going to happen. And then I think when I go to Dubai, I'm going to probably just go ahead and slide on to Abu Dhabi as well, because it's right there. You feel me? What part of Vietnam? I was planning on moving there, but research has a lot of petty crime.
What?
Crime?
Yeah, that I'm not really sure exactly where she's getting that from. But
seafood girl, if you're moving out of the United States to Vietnam,
you getting with some crime.
I was like, I don't really think crime is going to be your biggest your biggest issue. But I mean, she did say petty crime though, so like petty crime is like like pickpocketing, like stuff like that. I don't know, none of that in Vietnam, like nothing. I mean, I was like walking around with my phone out like it was nobody's business. And this is coming from the girl who like, I love Latin America, don't get me wrong, but baby, you better watch your phone out here, okay? Not in Merida, like in Merida, all good, but like other places I've been, like Mexico City, Medellin, Colombia, Chile, Peru. Like I've been to like a lot of places where, you know, it's definitely the vibe of like, you need to watch your phone. So, but not at all in Vietnam. For me, anyways. I went to Jordan and it was nice. Oh, cool. I went to Egypt with my friend who is half Egyptian and half Jordanian. So like she was there, and then her Jordanian mom was there. So it was kind of interesting because like they were telling me about the like cultural differences between like Jordan and Egypt. I want to go to either Egypt or Saudi Arabia. Might as well go to both. Yeah, seafood girl. I have not heard of anybody having issues with their phones as far as like their phones being stolen in Vietnam personally. But you know, if that's something that you're concerned about, you know, I always tell people whenever it comes to safety, like
be vigilant.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But like, whenever it comes to safety, like honestly, those are decisions that you have to make, right? Like the places I go to a lot of places that are not even considered safe. Hell, when I went to Egypt, they were on the travel advisory list. So like, you know, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Like, I'm not really the person to ask because you speak so fast or too fast. Okay. My bad. I am known to be a very fast talker. I will try to slow down. But I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Egypt. Yeah, so I'm just not really the best person to ask whenever it comes to safety because I personally feel like the country where I felt the least safe is always the United States. But yeah. I wasn't allowed to take the rental car out of the country and the border was right there. Out of what country? What you talking about?
When she was in
when you were in Jordan? Oh, I mean, that makes sense, though. I mean, you can't be taking nobody's rental car. Like, that makes sense to me. You could go to Oman when in Dubai. Is that I haven't even heard of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, I'm already trying to go to Abu Dhabi. 3 countries might be pushing it. Are you about to say something?
No, is that a country? Oman? I think it is.
I've never heard of it. It is a country because I see a little flag beside it. Yeah, I've never heard of it. Thank y'all for the hearts, by the way. I appreciate y'all. And like I said, if y'all have any questions about moving abroad, living beside it, yeah, I've never heard of it. Thank y'all for the hearts, by the way. I appreciate y'all. And like I said, if y'all have any questions about moving abroad, living abroad, feel free to drop them in the comments. Jordan can't go to Palestine, Syria, or Saudi Arabia. Are you saying Jordan can't, or are you saying like we can't?
I guess when you're in Jordan, you can't go in those places.
Okay, got it. Are you saying Jordan can't, or are you saying like we can't?
I guess when you're in Jordan, you can't go in those places.
Okay, got it. And I'm going to Saudi Arabia anytime soon, but it is on my list because it looks really beautiful. What's that? Is that Oman? Oh, that looks beautiful. Wow, that looks dope. Okay. We're looking at a map over here.
Next to Yemen and Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay. Which is, yeah, okay, super. Oh, it's pretty close to Eritrea as well. I have a friend, the girl I was talking to earlier tonight, she's from Eritrea. So, anywho, so we said that we were going to talk about like some of our like living abroad lessons and like how lately we've just been like, we have had so many conversations around like apartments, like Airbnb. Like, I feel like whenever it comes to picking a place that you're going to live, like one thing that I always tell people is you need to have a list of your needs, a list of your wants, and a list of your non-negotiables. Because at the end of the day, like even for us, like it's really hard to get everything. Like we have like a Narnia list, like, oh, we would love all of these things, but we almost always end up having to sacrifice something. So like the Airbnb, so we're in Merida right now. This is our 4th Airbnb in Merida since we've been here. Yeah, this is our 4th Airbnb, and like the first one, we did have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which is really great for us because we do not like to share a bathroom. Okay, like marriage tip. Separate bathrooms. You're
bad.
welcome.
It's like, this might be timing. Like,
what might be timing?
Like the whole bathroom stuff. Like, if we both of us wake up in the morning and want to use the bathroom and stuff like that, it's like,
Yeah.
Like taking it back when you was young with your siblings and stuff, finding for the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what I mean. I just feel like everybody should be able to go to the bathroom when they need to go to the bathroom. And then like yesterday, you were in the bathroom and I need to get my wig out, and I was like, bro, my teeth. And I was like, bruh. And then this morning you got up and I was in. So it's like, yeah, like one of the things that we have learned is like separate bathrooms for us is just like, I feel like after this one, like, can we at least now agree going forward, like 2 bathrooms?
Yeah, a bathroom and a half at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't even have to be, It doesn't even have to be 2 full bathrooms. Like, honestly, the shower, whatever. But two toilets, okay? For us, like, we need all that, okay? Thank y'all for the hearts. What else? Oh yeah, bedrooms. So even though there's only 2 of us, right? Like we have stayed in several 1-bedrooms. The thing is, having 2 bedrooms for us is like it's phenomenal, because it's basically a room for us to have like our stuff. And it's not even that like, oh my God, we have so much stuff that it can't fit in a room. It's just like with our opposite schedules, it's really hard to, like, for example, like I wake up early, right? So I get up at like 6. He gets up between like 8 and 9. So I'm up a couple hours before him. And so whenever I wake up, let's say I want to go out for like a run, I want to go to the gym, I want to, whatever it is I want to do. If all of my stuff is in the bedroom, then I'm like creeping in here. I'm trying not to wake him up. I'm trying not to make noise. And so it's hard, and it's vice versa, right, for him, because since he goes to bed later than me, like if I'm in bed at night, then he gets something out of the room, then he has to come in there. It's just, yeah. So we try to get 2 bedrooms whenever we can. You know, it doesn't always happen, but, you know, sometimes it does. And I feel like going forward, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, like that needs to just be the baseline. Mm-hmm. Is that sarcastic, or do you actually agree?
No, I agree.
Yeah, okay. He says he agrees. So, what else for Airbnb? A gym.
That'd be like an one. It's like, you know, it doesn't, because we have had one that doesn't have a gym, but.
We what?
Yeah, so we're talking about like, you know, our.
Non-negotiables? No, we're just talking in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
hello, MJ.
Yeah, the gym would be nice to have. Yeah,
I think like when we were in Colombia, like our apartment didn't have a gym, but we could walk to the gym.
Yeah, it is. Vice versa, you gotta have one of them that you can walk to. Yeah,
like I feel like even if we don't have a gym like in the actual apartment, like we want to be able to walk to the gym. So this apartment actually does have a gym. It's very small. It's like a treadmill, a cycle bike,
some weights,
a bench, and like 5 sets of dumbbells that go up to like 25 pounds, and 1 bar. So it's not big, but you know what? Honestly, like it's better than nothing. Like it really is. Like I was in there yesterday and today. So having a gym is phenomenal. Like whenever we do get to a point where we're a little bit more settled, like we absolutely want a place. Like I mean that is a non-negotiable for us. It either needs to have a gym in the apartment, or we need to be able to walk to the gym in 10 minutes. Like that's going to be a non-negotiable for us. A pool. This place has a pool.
Yeah.
I got in it the other day, and we're going to get in it after we get off of this live, because it's Friday afternoon, so why not? I want a pool, personally. Like that's, and especially if you're somewhere really hot. So like in Medellin, Colombia, it's not that hot. Like it gets hot, but it gets hot like 80 degrees hot, right? Like in Merida, it gets like 100 degrees hot. So I feel like if we are somewhere that is super hot and we're not on the beach, personally, I want a pool.
Yeah, I can see that.
I did oversee the pool. Okay, thank you, because that was really bothering me. Yeah, so like whenever we were in Thailand, like we really didn't even think twice about a place having a gym or a pool, because they just had them. It was just like a normal thing. What else? Location.
It's gotta be walkable.
Yeah. If it is not walkable, do not sign us up. Just don't, because having to Uber everywhere, having to Rappi. So Rappi is kind of like the Uber Eats. So you can order like grocery. You can order anything on Rappi, actually.
Yeah, it's much better than Uber.
Yeah. Well, it offers a lot more than Uber. I wouldn't say it's better, because I feel like I don't like the Rappi interface as much. But anyways, like being able to walk somewhere, like that's something that is like super, super important for us. So like the neighborhood that we're in now, it's not great, but it's not horrible. Like compared to like all the other places we've been, like I feel like we had closer walkable options for food.
Like more food.
Yeah, like we had, I'm trying to think, even the last place we had that good ass chicken place across the street. So I feel like this is the first place where it's like we don't have a place that's like right across, or like less than like a 5-minute walk that we can go get food, which is kind of annoying. But This is also our first time being here having a pool. So this is what I mean whenever I say like there's definitely a lot of like trade-offs. And I feel like yeah, like again, like it just really comes down to what you need, what you want, and what you're willing to sacrifice. Yeah. And speaking of, not speaking of sacrifice, but does anybody have any questions about living abroad, moving abroad? Let me know. Like I said, y'all, we really just up here chatting y'all up today. We chilling. Where you at? Great question. We are in Mexico right now. Scott Barrios, are you Latino? Jamaica. Did you have a question about Jamaica? That's funny. We were just talking about Jamaica because we're trying to take my mom there this year. But I don't know. I feel like traveling to Jamaica is a little pricey for this budget traveler right here. But we'll see. We will see what happens. Thank y'all for the hearts. That's what all do you know? About Jamaica? Nothing. I went on a cruise like 10 years ago. I know nothing about Jamaica. Montego, what is that? I love Mexico too.
Montego Bay.
Oh, Montego Bay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've never been. I think I was Mexican in my last life. Oh my God, I feel that. Do you have school age kids? I have no kids. But I know there are a lot of people who have moved here with their children, but I personally do not have kids. I've been told Jamaica is so dangerous now. I actually wrote a paper on Jamaica when I was in high school, and back then it was like known as like the most dangerous country in the world. But again, I travel to places that are dangerous, so there's that. Where's the one place each of you want to go that you haven't been yet? That's a great question.
South Africa. That's a place that.
I mean, yeah, but I mean the one place.
No,
that ain't my one place. I do want to go to South Africa.
I'm South Korea.
Okay, South Korea.
South Korea.
For me, probably. I know I have so many. I'm like, how could I even rank them? Like, if it were like, Bianca, you could go to this country tomorrow, all expenses paid, and you didn't have to like think about anything. That they honestly, the country that keeps coming up for me, honestly, is Kenya. Yeah. I've been wanting to go to Kenya for a while. She said top 3. I mean, I would probably do it all in one trip. I would probably do Kenya, Tanzania, and Madagascar, honestly, like East Africa. Because I feel like I've been to North Africa. You are West African, and I haven't been. And absolutely, West Africa is on our list as well. But I feel like I at least know West African culture. Like, I feel like, and like South Africa, I'm not saying I know South African culture, but like, people talk about how South Africa is kind of like the Europe of Africa. And I'm kind of like, whatever, I done been to Europe. So I feel like East Africa is like a place where I just feel like I have like nothing. You know what I mean? Like I have no knowledge. Like I don't, like I have nothing to gauge. So I feel like for me, it would definitely be East Africa. How's work in Mexico? I don't know because I don't work in Mexico. I always encourage people to, unless you're going to like teach English abroad, I always encourage people to figure out your money before you move abroad. Remote job, working for yourself, starting an online business. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be in Texas next month for a conference called Move Abroad Con. There's a link and a promo code in my bio for anybody who is trying to get up out of the US. I'm going to be doing a session on how to start an online business. I've never been to Haiti, but I would love to go to Haiti. I would love to go to Haiti as well. We're in Mexico. I'm in Merida right now. So we got to Merida like February 24th. We were here for like 3.5 weeks. The conference is in San Antonio, Texas. And then we went to Monterrey because we did a house sit. And we were there for 18 days. Don't recommend. But, I mean, I shouldn't say don't recommend. I mean, is there anybody you would recommend Monterrey to? I actually, for those of you who are on my email list, I actually talked about Monterrey in my newsletter. I actually would recommend Monterrey for anybody who wants to travel, but like
still want that US kind of
like if you're nervous about another country and you want a place that's similar to the US, then I would recommend Monterey. I mean, don't think people are gonna be speaking English, but as far as like the city, it's very similar to the U.S. Like we drove there and everything. Like we drove while we were there. How much is housing for American dollars? How much is housing where, Scott?
I think it's like
here.
Mexico, yeah.
I mean, it depends on what you want. You can get something from like $500 a month to $3,000 a month or more. Like it depends. It depends on what you want. Like I would probably say, if you are willing to be very basic and if you are willing to have very like traditional Mexican style housing, you could probably find something like $500-$600 a month. If you want more like modern, like kind of where we are now, which is like going more towards the north, I'm just talking about here in Merida, you're probably going to be looking for between like 800 and like 1,200 a month. But again, it also depends, right? Like, and if you're doing like longer term, then you can negotiate more. You can save more money if you do more like of a long term lease.
Yeah.
What's a place that you have been that you never want to visit again? The first thing that came to my mind was Egypt. and which is funny because I actually do want to go back to Egypt, but that's still the first thing that came to my mind. Have you been anywhere that you never want to visit? Have you been anywhere you've never? You know the question.
I don't think so.
Yeah, honestly.
There's very few places that you're like, so I'll never be back. Like, never say never.
I agree. Like, I haven't been anywhere. Now, there are places that I've been where I don't need to go back. Yeah, like, there are places I've been where it's like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I saw it, I'm good. But I haven't been anywhere where I'm like, I would never go back there. I don't think. Even like a city, Monterrey. Matter of fact, Monterrey, Mexico. Like, I don't ever need to go there again. It was fine. We had a few cool experiences there. The mountains are beautiful, but we don't need to go back. Yeah, I feel like everywhere else that I've gone. Actually, I don't need to go back to Bulgaria either. That's actually the first country I ever visited 10 years ago. What is time? What is time? But yeah, I don't need to go back to Bulgaria either. But there's no country that I've been to that I absolutely would not go back to. I'm a gay man with a black husband. Should I have to worry? I mean, there's a lot of places that are very LGBTQ plus friendly. Places like Thailand, Floripa, Brazil, Merida, you would say?
You've seen something like even like in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's actually a guy in a group, and there's actually a guy in our group who came here. Him and his husband, and they had a baby here, or they didn't have a baby. They adopted a baby. Yeah. There's a lot of places, and I actually have in my Move Abroad bundle, I also have resources in there about places that are best for LGBTQ plus. Where are you living in Mexico again? Right now, I am currently in Merida, but I don't really live anywhere, y'all. So we're digital nomads. We move around. Like, this is our 10th country since February of last year. So we don't really live anywhere, but we are currently in Merida. Someone told me Puerto Vallarta. I don't know. I've never been there. Actually, I would like to go. I've been to like 8 different cities in Mexico, and there's still so many more cities in Mexico I want to visit. Like, I could really just spend a whole year here just like checking stuff out. Mexico City is dope.
And I feel like one thing I would definitely have seen is like every city in Mexico has their own.
You want to talk, but you don't want to be in the camera.
Every city in Mexico has their own vibe, because just even like from here. From Merida going to Mexico City and Monterrey, they all have their own different kind of vibe, even though it's still Mexico. And just like in the U.S., like every state has their own.
I mean, I feel like in the U.S., I mean, of course, like New York is very different from North Carolina, which is very different from New Orleans, which is very different from California. Like, I'm not saying that every state in the U.S. is the same, but I feel like
blanketed.
It's not as like diverse as like here. But in Mexico, like culture. You go. Yeah, exactly. I feel like here in like Mexico, like you go to like different cities and it is like a completely different vibe. Moving to Merida in July. Hey, fingers. Who were temporary residency? Oh, I think it's supposed to be fingers crossed. Oh yeah, I know. Like, there's been some residency changes, or the like regularization changes. My fingers are crossed for you. Okay, I feel like what a lot of people don't talk about is how with this moving abroad journey, so much of it is about being adaptable and being flexible and recognizing that there are going to be things that are going to not go the way that you anticipated, and you just, you know,
with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, our journey, shit, the amount of things in our journey that have not gone the way we wanted them to. We could have a whole podcast, y'all. Click the button. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No worries, Lucky. No, I feel you. Isn't it so weird how you're doing that, but it doesn't show up here? Thank y'all for the hearts.
It takes time.
No, but like it hasn't at all. It's so weird. I don't know why. But what other questions do y'all have for us before we go and get in the pool on this lovely Friday afternoon? Anything else? ¿Qué más? ¿Algo más?
Hasta luego más.
Do you guys experience a lot of racism in Mexico? No. Well, thank you for the rose, Lucky. No, we do not. That's more so in the U.S. for us. Any other questions? I feel like I just got so tired. I'm about to go take a nap in the pool. I wonder if I can sleep while I'm floating. You never know. Don't look at me like that. You never know, okay? All right, y'all. Well, if y'all don't have any more questions, then we about to hop up off of here. But yeah, remember, y'all, for anybody who does want to move abroad, I do have the Move Abroad bundle at the link in my bio. You can use the promo code abroad at 2025 to take off an additional 50%. And yeah, make sure y'all hit follow if y'all have not yet, because we'll be back. At least I'll be back, okay? I'm so excited. Thank you all for doing these. Of course. Yes. No, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for the follows, the likes, the comments, the shares, all of it. I appreciate it. Happy weekend. Happy Friday. And I will catch y'all later. We'll talk to you later.
Good one.
Bye.